Hello Bradford City fans, Gareth Walker here from the West Yorkshire Football Show. Just a little bit of a reaction video to City's victory over Burnley in the League Cup the other night. I'm actually away at the moment, so I'm a bit late doing the video, and I'm also gutted that I couldn't make the game, obviously being away. I managed to watch it on Sky, but if it had been on the Tuesday I'd have been able to go, but the fact that obviously Burnley played in the league on the Sunday meant that the cup tie had to be on the Wednesday. I just want to start by mentioning the fantastic offer from the club, the £5 ticket offer for both sets of fans. Made for a great atmosphere. It what sounded like a great atmosphere inside Valley Parade. I believe that Burnley sold out their allocation and obviously took up the Midland Road stand in the top tier of the Dallas, so it made for a good atmosphere. It sounded like a good atmosphere on the telly. Burnley, as a lad who grew up in Skipton, and Jason McEwen mentioned in his recent article for Width of a Post, Burnley and City are considered rivals in that part of the world. Lots of City fans, lots of Burnley fans grew up in Skipton and the Craven area, so it was good to finally play them again after 20 years. I mean, I remember as a kid in the 90s we used to play them all the time, and yeah, the rivalry was not nasty, a bit of a friendly one, but yeah, there was lots of banter flying around in schools and workplaces over in the Craven area back then, so it was good to play against them again after 20 years and good to get the victory over them. The starting lineup saw 5 changes, obviously. Reece Welsh played, George Lapsley, Henry Cartwright, Will Swan and Adam Phillips all played, so there were changes to the lineup that's been played in the league. I thought that in the first half Burnley looked a class above us, with obviously without managing to score. I thought their movement off the ball and the strength in the individual duels was top notch and a bit too much for City really. I thought the midfield, or our midfield in particular, struggled to cope a little bit with theirs. I thought that Lapsley obviously works really hard. We know what a hard worker he is, but he just lacks that little bit of quality and gets shown up against the better sides. Henry Cartwright just settling in at the club. Obviously we hope he'll be another Jensen Metcalf, but Metcalf himself took time to settle in, so we've got to allow Henry Cartwright that time as well. I thought you noticed a difference when Sarcevic and Connolly came on in the second half in that midfield, which is interesting because obviously the thought of playing Sarcevic and Connolly has been a little bit of a bone of contention for City fans. City fans unsure about how that partnership will go, but I thought we improved when they came on for Cartwright and Lapsley in the second half. Like I say, I thought in the first half that Burnley were the better side and probably deserved to be in front at half time, but as the changes were made in the second half, I mean, we made our changes, Burnley made a lot of changes too, brought 3 or 4 of the better players on, but as those changes were made I thought City grew into the game and were much more of a match for Burnley in the second half. Probably deservedly took it to penalties. We had chances of our own. A couple of mentions for players in particular, John McCracken and Matt Pennington. John McCracken's becoming a real fan's favourite already. We saw the little incident with Harry Gray at Hillsborough the other night, and then obviously the incident against Burnley, throwing the Burnley keeper's water bottle into the crowd when it was penalties, so he couldn't read the notes that he'd made about the penalty takers. Pulled off some fantastic saves too, so looks like a real find for City, and long may that continue. City also yet to concede a goal at all this season, against Rochdale, Peterborough, Sheffield Wednesday or Burnley. The defence has been really strong, and I think it's worth mentioning Matt Pennington from the other night because I thought he was fantastic, bit of an unsung hero at times. He'd obviously moved into the middle of the back 3 with Reece Welsh slotting in on the right hand side. It was interesting to see Caden Jackson play at right wing back, not something I'm really a fan of. I would like to see us bring in a proper right wing back as competition for Josh Nerfville. Don't really want to see Caden Jackson there on a regular basis. I thought he did alright, but again we improved a lot in that position when Josh Nerfville came on in the second half. I thought Josh Nerfville looked really sharp when he came on in the second half. My worry is that we don't have any proper cover for him. Obviously the penalties that we took were all really good. Burnley missed 2, we scored all of ours, and like I said, the strikes were really good in front of the Kop. Great to see. The atmosphere, like I say, looked really good. The only letdown of the night obviously is the draw. We got Leyton Orient in the next round, which isn't the glamour tie that we'd have hoped for, having beaten Burnley. I mean, even Leyton Orient at home would have been a better draw, probably given us a better chance of going through. Leyton Orient, I think, are dark horses in League One this season. I could see them doing really well, so that's a tough away game that in midweek to travel down to London. Just before I go, I'd like to mention the upcoming game against Plymouth. That's obviously on Saturday, and we put our unbeaten record on the line down at Home Park. Plymouth have had another dodgy start to the season, a little bit like last year, but obviously we know how toxic it got down there and how they wanted Tom Cleverley out last year, but he came good as the season went on and they were unlucky to miss out on the playoffs. They've started this season as one of the favourites to go up, but have started slowly again. I think they've had a loss and a draw from their first 2 league games. And one more thing to note is that City have signed George Pratt, a centre-half, on loan from Blackburn. He's had loan spells out at Hyde and was it Chorley, I think, in the National League or the National League North. So he's also played 10 games in the Championship for Blackburn. He's Bradford-born, left-hand-sided centre-half, so will provide good competition for Macaulay Gillespie. And like I say, he's actually got quite a good reputation at Blackburn. I believe he did quite well when he played those 10 games in the Championship last year. So he comes in to provide good competition at the back. Like I say, we go to Plymouth tomorrow night, where we put that on. Sorry, tomorrow afternoon, when we put that unbeaten record on the line again. It's been a good start to the season for City, and long may it continue. Onwards and upwards with the West Yorkshire Football Show.